my name is Tiffany E. King, and I am the Program Coordinator for STEM Pathways.
And I'm Professor Doug Densmore at Boston University, and I am one of the co-founders and one of the high-level managers of the STEM Pathways program.
Cool. So, Doug, how you doing?
Good, I'm doing well. I'm glad you're here to help participate and host the mini jamboree we've got coming up. That's going to be exciting.
Yes, it will be. So I was talking to Rohan, and we decided that it'd probably be a good idea to get us on video talking about how did STEM Pathways come about? Like, how was it birthed, and where did it come from, and you calling me, and all that other good stuff. So I remember getting a email from you,
right,
talking about, Tiffany, I need your help. And I was like, well, what? So,
yeah, exactly.
And there was a congratulations behind that because you received an NSF award.
Right.
And you want to talk more about that award?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So the NSF has a program called the Expeditions in Computing. It's in the Computer Science Directorate, and it's typically on standard, what you might think of computing generally, like making Internet of Things or making smart computing or maybe making low-power computing. So things we would think about with electronics. But what they're trying to do is move into biology, where biology can compute. So as someone who has a computer science, computer engineering background, I thought, well, why don't I pitch them how biology can compute? And so I did that. But with an NSF grant, a big part is broader impacts and outreach and how you're going to reach young people and get them to learn about this discipline so that NSF money will last long into the future. And so I thought, well, I could just do what a lot of people do, go talk into a classroom once a semester or have a couple undergrad mentors or mentees. But why don't we make this something bigger? Why don't we make a real program that's going to take all the synthetic biology efforts around Boston University, in the general Boston area, and kind of connect them? And so I said, well, I can't do that just by myself, so I need some external help, some people to help me run that. So when I thought of you and your consulting efforts in the Bay Area, so I said, Tiffany, let's get this started. Let's try to do this. And so STEM Pathways was kind of born out of this program.
Right. So it's kind of like, let's get it going. And I was like, okay, Doug, are you serious? I was like, do you really want to change? Do you really want to like change the systems that are in place and really desiring to bring in more underrepresented students, especially in this new area? You were like, yeah, let's go for it. Right. So I'm always, about impact and change and trying things, and they may or may not work out the first time, but we're willing to try again. And as long as we have that ultimate goal and understanding of who we're serving and who we're reaching and being genuine about really impacting the lives of those students, we can go forward and do even greater things. And it's been good. And I don't know if we told the people, but we know each other from grad school. So we went to graduate school together at UC Berkeley. And it was a good time back then. And it's always good to be nice to your friends because they might call you one day. But
so I guess this video and this young people are watching this. Yeah. And one of the big kind of messages I hope we convey in STEM Pathways is the power of networking.
Exactly.
And so this is a connection that I had.
How many years ago?
A long time. I was in grad school from 2001 to 2007. So it was in the early 2000s we would have first bumped into each other. So, and then we kept that alive. And again, through the networks what we established, that's how I still saw emails from a graduate organization I was part of. That's where I saw Tiffany reach out to that organization. So again, to the young people, the power of networking. Yeah. And also, you never know where you end up. If you told me I was going to be at Boston University doing biology, but still with computing, and then I was going to bring in a friend of mine from grad school to help do outreach in the Boston area, I mean, I would have never guessed that. So
me neither.
You got to keep your options open.
But we're doing good, right?
Yeah, no, it's exciting.
Yeah, shirts and everything.
Pleased,
what?
I'm pleased that it's coming together, and and I think what's nice about making the program be more than just a little one-off of the grant is to figure out a way. It's involving more people. Exactly. There's a name with it. There's a way to involve. We're seeing now how we can integrate more with the Boston University existing infrastructure and administration. Exactly. So big things to come here in 2018. So that's great.
And what I love too is kind of also bringing together collaborative opportunities and partnerships with existing efforts on the campus and also in the Boston-Cambridge area that once operated separately, that we say, okay, all these resources should come together. So how do we leverage them so we aren't reinventing the wheel and still providing great opportunities to those students that express interest in high school, undergrad, even K-12 teachers and programs. So I'm excited about the mini jamboree because literally we are bringing people together to say this is what STEM looks like in this area. And we don't want to say STEM Pathways can do it all because we can't. But after the mini jamboree, we're connecting you with all these resources for you then to continue learning about STEM, for you to continue learning about synthetic biology. And like you said, the power of network and being present in the moment and, desiring what's best for you and coming there with the intention of learning something great is always positive.
No, it's going to be, all of those things are really important. And the other thing is, you said, like, this network. You need a network to both make connections, of course, but then also you need a network to help you get things accomplished. And that's really what is important here between yourself and the great administration that we've had with undergrad support of Marissa and Rohan and Crystal and folks that have been part of STEM Pathways, Mary. A lot of the people that the people that are in STEM Pathways will meet. Having those folks around are really important to get anything done. So
Exactly. And we just celebrated 1 year.
Yep.
I didn't get your video about it, but we celebrated 1 year.
So I want to say STEM Pathways is doing a great job of social media, newsletters, and everything. That's all Tiffany.
It's me with the team.
Exactly, the team. I do not give Doug Densmore any credit for newsletters or things. I'm trying to just figure out email still.
But as we continue to grow, as we continue to create our systems and really solidify them in place, I know it's only going to grow bigger and better. And we're purposefully kind of taking our time on some things so that it doesn't fall apart. We desire for this to exist beyond the life of the grant. We want to be 70 years old, coming back with our STEM Pathways T-shirts on. And
that'd be great.
And, seeing the impact that it's had in the lives of people, not just here, but everywhere. And one question someone always asked me was like, Tiffany, is this going to be, are you all going to take this to multiple universities and colleges? I said, it could go there. But right now we're just trying to get Boston locked down and Boston University locked down, and then also MIT and their involvement, and then it could go beyond that as well.
Well, that's the thing also. So I was in Scouts, Boy Scouts, and if I had told you, like, I built made a fire, camped, etc., you'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool. But when I tell you I was in Boy Scouts, it gives you this entire understanding of what other things I was involved in. That's something I think STEM Pathways, you talk about national. I'm hopeful for the students. Not only will you get these experiences, but by being able to say you're in STEM Pathways, eventually as we grow the name, people will know, oh, well, you had some mentoring experience. Oh, you were involved in synthetic biology in this way. So, again, the students will be involved. I hope it'll help their professional development as well. So.
And that's something that actually Rohan and I were talking about on yesterday, about how kind of when you say certain organizations that you're a part of, people automatically listen. And they don't question anything about you. They know what type of support you have received, the training, the experiences you've received. So when people say on their resume or they go on an interview, oh, I'm an alumni of STEM Pathways. Like that person said, okay, that means you're Dr. Densmore, Tiffany, you're with this. Okay, we know you got this together. And they're not questioning anything. And that's our desire. Our goal is for them to have more opportunities, be more successful, and also know what the possibilities are. And saying STEM Pathways should only be a boost to that. Because if you've completed the program, as we define it so far to date, then that means you've received research experience, teaching experience, work-based learning experience. You had a mentor. You received a degree from a great university or college. So like you have those things, and you got life and career and professional development workshops. So all those things come together, not for our benefit per se, but it's for you. And we're only trying to share with you those things in which have benefited us in the long run.
Exactly. And I agree with all of that, and I think that's what's really exciting too, is how we're going to evolve based on people's feedback. So as all of you participate in STEM Pathways, help us understand what experiences you want to have, what things we should bring to the program, and how we should make sure that we're serving you best. Because I was thinking about this the other day, just that I've done some things perhaps, But I'm more excited.
Oh,
but I'm more excited
You don't
about
lie.
what the students that we impact are going to do. Like, I'm, as we get older, we were talking to a student on the subway the other day.
Yeah.
As we get older,
What's his name?
Joey.
Joey.
We ran into a kid on the subway from the Boston Public Schools who would be a great candidate for STEM pathways, and I was talking to him about as you get older, you have different energy, you have different obligations, and so I'm excited about the young people that are going to be part of STEM pathways. That you guys will be able to really carry the torch for the next generation and do some great things that I wasn't able to, that Tiffany wasn't able to. So that's really going to be exciting.
Exactly. But we're here to share with you everything that we have to offer. And we hope that those who are thinking about the program will continue to look into it. We're connected on all the social media platforms, LinkedIn, and we also have a website. So if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask them. We'll ask them to the best of our ability. And we just look forward to meeting with you and also learning with you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.